Hey guys, what's going on? This is Chris with my channel #Amputee, and I'm back to talk about something different today. I want to talk about something that's generally quite difficult for us to talk about, which is that being an amputee can be hard at times, and we feel down at times, and there are many amputees out there that also struggle with depression. So this is Chris on my channel, which I've renamed from Best Day Ever Today to #Amputee for a bunch of reasons. I think that the name #Amputee is more appropriate. I think that a Best Day Ever Today could be misleading, and that's what I want to talk to you about today. I think there's tremendous pressure on many content creators on YouTube to always exude positivity, as though life is always great, and life is great at times, but there are also times of difficulty. So I'm speaking to you guys as my fellow amputees, or whoever else might be listening, friends of amputees, family of amputees, or anyone else for that matter. So I think something that doesn't get spoken about enough with disability and people that have had a limb amputated is the issue of depression. So why bring that today? So I've been reflecting on a lot of the videos that I've been making. Exudes positivity, and I am of nature. I am a positive person, and I do enjoy life. I love life. But I think what might be important to share is that there are some really dark times too, and I really wanted to connect with you guys today on the issue of feeling down or depression. Depression is very real. I deal with it in my work on a day-to-day basis, and also in my personal life from time to time. Don't get me wrong, for the most of the time I'm a very content and grateful person, and my life as an amputee is pretty good. I'm happy where I live. I have an amazing family. I have all that one could need to live a happy, fulfilled life. And I think what we tend to do is to mix issues. And I think it's so important to see that even though I might have a whole bunch of good stuff going on in my life, like support, love, care, financially okay, and good living conditions, it's also important to acknowledge that we have our struggles. I think it's very important to see them as separate issues. Often it's suggested that if I say I'm not feeling good or I'm feeling depressed, that there might be a thought that it's a lack of gratitude because another part of my life is good. Whilst that is true that there's a good part to my life, it's also true that there is an aspect from time to time that feels dark and gloomy, and could probably be termed as a depression from time to time, which is okay. You know, I've been away for the weekend, and my idea was, while I was gone, is to make a video to talk about disability and to demonstrate how I've got a knee that I'm using at the moment. It's an Osser Rio 3. It's an amazing knee, and certainly the next prosthetic knee that I will be wearing, and it could be said that, Chris, if you can wear Osser Rio 3, you should have nothing to complain about, and I do have very little to complain about. I'd like to be very clear about that. But the truth is, there's the separate issue of depression, which from time to time will hit us amputees. Others do, but I'm talking about amputees in particular now. Will hit us. It's a part of living as an amputee, and I think it's really important to acknowledge it, give it a space in our lives. I don't think we can deal with it unless I acknowledge that it's there. And after which I can take the next step is to say, well, now what do I do with it, and how do I find help? And I have a history of dealing with feeling down or depression in very destructive ways. I've taken to alcohol. There was a period in my life I was addicted to opiates after the amputation. I got cleaned up many years ago. I also did extreme sports, which is something I used to use to deal with difficult aspects of my life, which ended in me being an amputee, also something very destructive. There have been periods in my life where I've worked way too hard, so really just trying to find solutions in very destructive ways. So want to come back to what I said, which is unless I acknowledge that I'm struggling with something, unless I grow some sort of an awareness that I have it and acknowledge that I have it, I can't deal with it. And I guess we all deal with it, or we all deal with it in different ways. I'll use an example of the past week. So I've been feeling down, even depressed at times, and I'd kind of wake up in the morning. It would take me, say, 10 minutes to get the leg on. First thing I do is to go and make a cup of coffee, and the thoughts that I miss those days where I could just get up, put on my running shoes and my running gear and go for a run, come back half an hour later, and everything would happen quickly. So it gets us down from time to time, and I'm just kind of wanting to say that it's okay. I don't want to sit here and be half or 3/4 of the person communicating with my subscribers and the audience out there. I prefer to share the truth, which is life as an amputee can be really hard at times, really difficult, and that it's okay. Saying that I'm struggling does not suggest a lack of gratitude or that there's something wrong with us. It's just a part of our lives, and I want to encourage you to do that, to do so. Whether it's whether you find someone to help you, whether it's with friends or family or professional person, or social media platform such as this, and I think one of the reasons why I decided to do this little vlog today is that I've been interacting with social media a lot, just to get a sense of what's happening out there in the world of amputees, and I've joined a whole bunch of amputee sites, and the happy stories I see, maybe 10, maybe let's say 20% of the comments, there are a lot of people that struggle, and I admire them. I really respect them for putting their story out there and saying, look, I struggle at times, and that it's hard. And I think it's important to keep doing so. We tend to see the Olympians, the athletes, the people overcoming enormous obstacles, and I have tremendous respect for them, and I do admire some of them for overcoming the adversity. But it doesn't necessarily suggest that we should all be Olympians. It's not possible. We have limitations. That it's okay to go, things aren't so good at the moment, that it's hard at times. So I just wanted to share that with you guys today. When I'm back next time, hopefully I'll bring some other news too, and maybe something I'd like to mention is there are different ways that we can cope with it. So I'd often do what I did this weekend, which is to go away to make some content. That didn't work this weekend. To hit the beach, go for a walk, to get on my bicycle, get on my motorbike, or so I have all these amazing or access to all these amazing things that I can do. But sometimes it just doesn't help. Sometimes there's simply a need to stay with it, to acknowledge it, and not do something destructive, but do something, some self-care, and get out there and say, please help me, I'm struggling. Okay, that's my truth for today. If you can identify, or if you have any questions, or if you'd like to offer support to anyone else there, please put your message in the comment section below. And guys, I will see you on the next one. Until I see you again, take care, stay safe. See ya. Bye.